Hello, and welcome to another Blockonomics video. I had some really good reaction to my previous interview with two of the newest Blockonomics employees that I released earlier last week, and we discussed their transition for working for a fully remote company. Thanks to that reception from you guys, the viewers, I decided I want to share a bit more about remote work. A lot of people are wanting to switch to a company that supports fully remote work, especially as many companies are now going back to at least partially working into the office. So this video will give you tips on how to land a job at a fully remote company. Let's check it out. Number one, know where to look. The first thing you need to do is actually find a job that's fully remote. Going to websites like AngelList is a good first step. AngelList has a bunch of startups, and these startups will often hire fully remotely. But if you aren't looking for a job in marketing or tech, such computer programming, you might not find as much. There's other websites out there that are trying to be more general remote, like Dynamite Jobs or Flex Jobs, and even established websites like LinkedIn or Indeed often do have filters that allow you to search for jobs that are remote. Of course, just make sure to read the job descriptions. Don't always assume that they're necessarily remote. Some people might misfile them, and some might end up being hybrid, which of course you don't want. Number two is preparing your resume. Managers are looking for a remote position aren't looking for all the same things that a traditional manager might be. Be sure to emphasize your experience working remotely. If your job went remote during the height of the pandemic, list it. Do you have experience working in a hybrid situation? Clarify that. List it. Managers want to know that you actually have experience working remotely and that either you aren't going to slack off or, even worse, crash and burn under the time management that's needed for this type of job. Also, make sure to highlight specific examples of your work achievements. Because remote managers can't see your process, they can only see your final product. You have to have some tangible examples of your work successes from previous positions. If you can have a portfolio or past examples of your work, that's even better. Number three, make sure to do the same in your cover letter. The cover letter needs to emphasize much of the same that I listed above for your resume. Focus on skills that you know how to work remotely. Things like time management, strong communication skills, and quick learning of computer applications go far. Also, again, list specific examples of your successes and work. This is very useful for the managers. Number four, be ready for a different interview process. Because you probably won't be in the same city to be able to have lunch or an in-person interview, be ready for lots of Zoom or Skype calls. You have to make sure that you show your best side during these calls, because this is how your manager and colleagues are going to see you most, through a computer screen. You have to be able to connect with people virtually. You can't depend on side chit-chat that might often happen in an in-person interview because it's so directed towards you. Make sure you can appear charismatic, but also show off your work skills in these interviews. And show some of your tech savviness. Don't be late or constantly adjust your camera and so on. If you think internet might be a problem for the interview, go someplace else with better internet. You want to show that you can handle the basic tech requirements that is necessary for working from home. Also, be ready. Many managers might ask you to do some kind of example task. This is to get an idea of what your work looks like, because again, they can't see your process. But don't be taken in. Good managers will only ask you to do simple tasks or example tasks. They're not going to have you do long, heavy lifting. If they keep on making you do task after task or really heavy tasks, it's time to move on. They aren't actually looking to hire you, but rather just exploit you. Number five, this piece of advice applies to every step mentioned before. Emphasize you like the work. Managers don't just care that you want to work from home. Managers are still hiring based on how good a job you can do and how you fit inside the company's culture. If the answer to the question, why do you want to work here, is, well, it's fully remote, you won't be hired. Still, apply for jobs that you actually like. It will save you and them headaches. Working from home isn't just a golden goose that's going to solve all your problems with work. And that's it. Take these 5 steps and go start applying for some remote jobs. If you follow these examples, you'll do fine in your quest. Good luck and happy job hunting.